What's up guys, welcome back to the Taco Rick channel. As you can see behind me, I got the Taco, and today we're gonna be installing rock lights on the Tacoma. Yes, as you guys saw, as usual from future me, today we are installing rock lights on the Toyota Tacoma on the 2020 TRD. And this is gonna be a full how-to. We're gonna be walking you through every single step of the way as we install these. I have Drake here once again. If you guys did not see the previous video, we just installed Gen 1 of the mic tuning rock light kit on his Chevy Silverado, his 2012. Today we're gonna be installing the Gen 2 kit, the brightest kit I swear on the market, on my 2020 TRD off-road Tacoma that's lifted, bigger tires. You know the truck. So let's pull it out. Got the truck ready to go. Let's go through all the stuff that's going to be in the actual install and the tools for the install. So like I said, this is the C2 version of the rock lights for mic tuning. These are RGB WLED rock lights, and there are 8 of them in this kit. Just like in Drake's kit, Drake had the C1, we had 8 kits, so we do 2 per wheel well. We're doing the same thing with my truck, 2 per wheel well as well. I've already opened the box here, so it's a little bit messier than when it comes from the factory, because I was trying to see what all I'm going to need for the install and all sorts of stuff like that. First off, these right here are the actual lights themselves. They are massive. They have 6 diodes in each, which are just going to be insanely bright, and there's 8 of them. They have the rubber mounts that are going to be used for each one of our lights as well. We have our control box here that controls everything. Smartphone enabled, controlled with the mic tuning app. And this is a little bit different from Drake's kit, but we have a wiring harness. So this harness is going to be dope. It's going to allow us to connect to the battery and then run a wire to connect to our control box. And we are also going to be able to run a switch to the inside of the truck to be able to turn the lights on and off at will without using the app. And I went a step further, just like I did with the LED bar that I have on the front of the truck install. I have an OEM switch that we're going to put on the inside of the truck to activate it, instead of this really jank looking red switch that just doesn't match any of the interior switches. So I got an OEM one we're gonna be using. Now there are some additional parts and stuff that we're gonna be using and that you probably need as well to do this install. And the first thing would be the hardware that you use to mount the lights. So the lights out of the box come with a bunch of stainless steel bolts, washers, and nuts. And that is nowhere near easy to install on your truck. Just like we did on Drake's truck, if you come to the inside of any of your wheel wells, you can see it's very easy to access this side, but what's not easy is to access the inside of the fender to put the nut on. So for that reason alone, we don't use the washers and nuts. Instead, we bought 1-inch stainless steel self-tapping screws. These are a million times easier. I would highly recommend, if you're doing this install on your vehicle, to just go get yourself some stainless steel self-tapping screws. These are just going to be way easier. Along with the self-tapping screws, you do need a drill bit. So I don't know exactly what size this drill bit is, but if you guys have never actually had to go through your set of drill bits and figure out what size you need, here's a good way to do it. Now this is no way, shape, and form the only way to do this. This is just how I've learned over the years. Take your screw that you're going to be using, take your drill bit, and you go through all the different drill bits you got. And you want to find a drill bit that basically drills out the core of your actual screw itself and leaves the threads. That way the threads will actually thread into whatever you're drilling out, in our case plastic, and it'll leave the center for the center of the screw to actually go through. I could probably go actually a little bit smaller with my drill bit, but this one will work perfectly fine. So with our self-tappers and our drill bits, we do need some drills. So I have my Roby drill here and my Roby impact to put in our screws. And then the last thing, and this is probably one of the most critical things, you're gonna need a shitload of zip ties. I can't understate that. You need a lot of zip ties. We're gonna be doing a lot of wiring with all of these wires. You can see down there, there is a lot of wires. So you need a lot of zip ties to clean up all your wiring. Zip ties, and then you're gonna need some zip tie cutters, or just some scissors really, to cut off the ends of the zip ties, make it look all clean. And then this is kind of like a bonus thing, but I got some foam mats because we're going to be mostly underneath the truck. And then I made this little like rolling cart thing in the DJ garage. Here we got lots of mover dollies and stuff, and I put a half table on top of it, and now you got like a little moving seat to work off of. Little bonus things. All right, let's pop the hood and get started. All right, the hood's popped, but that's not actually part of step one. Step one is to start mounting the lights. And this is by far probably the easiest part, because wiring is going to consume your life after that. First thing is to go underneath your wheel wells and figure out where we're gonna be mounting our lights. So there's no real exact science to how you need to do this, but I have one of the rubber mounts right here for the light, and I'm going to put them probably more towards the front. In the front here, that's metal back here, and it's plastic up front. I'd rather mount into plastic because plastic will not rust over time. We're going to mount these, even though we're using stainless steel screws, I still would prefer not to mount into any body panels. Plastic is very forgiving in the future. So I'm gonna probably be mounting these as close to the front, trying to keep the light as level this way, so that because the further down you get, the more angled it gets. I want to keep it probably as close to the front as I can and keep it from rotating. So I'm gonna put one here, right about there. And what I'll do is I'll go grab a little Sharpie and mark where that's going to be. And then I'm gonna put one way back here, right about there. So that's where we're gonna be doing the fronts. And then if we move to the rear, so the rear is all plastic up underneath of here, so it makes it even easier. But similar sort of thing, going to put these really more arched here, so we're probably gonna be more back towards the center. So we're probably gonna put one right about there, and then we'll put the other one, we'll see. So one drill bit I did forget to mention, you actually need to get a drill bit to put the center wire through. So one drill bit I forgot to mention, you actually need a drill bit to punch the hole for the wire to actually run it through the fender well. So you need your two holes for your screws, but you also need a center line hole for this end connector right here. So this is the light itself, this is the end connector. You gotta feed this up through the hole. So we will need a bit for this as well. Similar process here to picking out the bit, probably going to be that bit right there, which I believe is a 1/2 inch bit. So I'm gonna get my rubber mounts now in a chair and sit and try and lay out where these are going to be, and then I will pretty much take those measurements and replicate them on the other fender. Alright, as you guys saw, I took the rubber plates like this, and all I did was mark the center hole right there. So I was marking the center hole with a Sharpie. That's because that way I can manipulate the light a little bit. But I'm marking the center hole because that's the first thing we need to feed through is the actual cable to the light. And while I was doing that, Drake was sorting out the lights, and we'd made a shocking discovery with the C2s, and that is there's two different lengths. So this is a short one.
About 6 feet long.
About 6 feet long,
a little
roughly.
longer than 6 feet long.
All right, and then one of the long ones, and this is the thing we ran into with Drake's, we had to basically put the box in the center because they were all the same length. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 feet, I would guess.
Around 10 feet.
So the C2 kit, along with having a wire harness, looks like that Mike Tuning really fought out the C2 kit and learned from the C1 kit, giving you longer lengths for your back tires, so that way you can get up to the front sort of engine bay to hook up to the actual hardware box, and there's a wiring harness. So a lot better things that have been thought out. So if you're considering C1 versus C2, I'm gonna tell you right now, C2 all the way. Like, it's also gonna be way brighter. All right, we're gonna get around to drilling the holes. So it's more time-lapse footage, me drilling the holes and feeding the wires through, and me and Drake are gonna figure out how we're going to wire this monstrosity. I did also want to point out that there are two different types of mounts. You have a flat mount right here, which is what we're gonna be using for my truck and what we used on Drake's truck, because we have a bunch of flat panels. This is the back side, this is the front side. Back side has obviously got all these little ribs and stuff to allow water to travel behind it. And then there's also a curb mount. So if you're attaching this to some sort of upright pipe or something like that underneath your truck, you can use the curb mount to attach to any sort of curved sort of pieces. Did also want to point out one quick thing before you go to mount your light. You want to feed your wire through your light. So you literally just feed it through the hole like so, feed it through, put the light together like so, and you're now ready to attach it. So feed it through, that way you can feed the wiring harness itself through the hole that you drill, and then we will basically put this up there. We'll drill our other two holes for our self-tapping stainless steel screws, and then we'll mount the light in place. And my God, that's a big light. All right, now back to the truck. Now back to some time-lapse footage of me drilling the two holes, and then I'll show you guys a little more close-up of drilling the individual holes for the screws. A little tip here on the front tires. If you turn your tire, it makes it a lot easier to get the drill in there on the fronts. The backs, you kind of have to deal with it. Alright, so with all the holes drilled, as you guys saw in the time-lapse footage, we can now feed in our wires from our lights. I've actually already started on one, and one thing we're going to be utilizing is this steel cable right here. So this is going to allow us to feed wire where we need it, because wire is very flexible. So we use this steel cable right here to slide it into the holes and route to where we need, and then we attach the wire with some electrical tape and pull it through, as you guys will see here in a second. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna feed this wire through this hole. I wanna go back around the fender well, so I'm gonna feed it back this way. So that way I can pull it out where I need it on the other end. So as you guys can see right there, I fed it through there and it came out down over here, which is where we're trying to run the wire. It was really easy to run this one right here because all we had to do was just slide the wire down this side. But since we're going over the curve here, it's a lot harder to do that. So run a steel cable and then we'll electrical tape the wire on this end to pull it through. So that's where we're running it. I've already pulled back this little flap here. It was connected over here, so I pulled that back so that we can run our wire down here to where our OEM wiring harness is. So that's where we're going to be basically zip tying this over to, so that it runs along the factory wire. So we're going to zip tie it over there, both of them, and run it that way. Then we'll figure out the other wiring underneath the truck at a later time. So as you guys saw right there, the lights are now mounted up. They're not actually secure yet. We need to do that here in a second, drill some holes and put some self-tapping screws in. But you guys can see that I fed the wires around like so. I still gotta start wiring this and tucking this through like I've already done one of them along the wiring harness. But the next step is to actually screw these into place. And once we screw them into place, we can then start zip tying our wires and figuring out the central point. So after we do this front one, we'll go do the back one, and then I'm just gonna time lapse the other side because it's the exact same process. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up here. I will get my drills and my screws, and we're gonna drill and screw these into place. There's the back. So as you might have noticed, I had to use a different drill because I had no space to get in there. So this is my right angle socket actually, and I used the little attachment to use it square. So right angle drills, very helpful for this install. Metal wire coming in through. All right, so as you guys saw, we got the back two and the front two on the driver's side done. We're gonna go ahead and mount the other four on the passenger side, and then we'll move on to wiring. Like I said, this is the easiest part. Wiring's the hardest by far, but shouldn't be too bad actually from what we're looking at underneath. All right, so like I said at the beginning, we've completed the easy part. All of the lights are now mounted, which is the easiest part, and it's the most fun part, to be honest, because wiring sucks. I have in front of me the wiring harness, so let me show you guys how the wiring harness works, because that's the next thing you need to do before you start wiring up all of your wires underneath of your vehicle. The wiring harness has 3 ends to it. So the first end here, this is what connects to our battery and our ground. So this is the power source. Then we split into 2 places here. This is your switch. This is going to go inside the cab, so we're going to feed that into the cab, similar to how we did the light bar install. The other part here, this is going to feed down underneath the cab and run to the control box, which I have already tossed underneath the vehicle here. The control box has the input right here, and then it has the 8 ends that go to all of our different lights that are now hanging out of the vehicle on all 4 points. And that is where most of the zip ties are going to come into place. So let me show you guys where we're going to hook up the power and where we're going to be running everything. If you've seen previous installs, this right here is the power to the battery. We already got 2 other things connected to it. One of those is running to our relay system for all of our crazy halos and all kinds of stuff. And our halos, our RGB boards here, the Raptor lights on the front, there's a lot of little lights. And the other one is for and you got the relay for the light bar over here, etc. This is where we're going to be bolting our red power. And then our black wire is going to connect to our ground screw, which is located right here on the side. I can't point to it correctly, but it is right here, which again, we have other ground stuff already connected to it from previous installs. So then from there, 2 split wires. The one that's going to go into the interior, we already have a grommet set up right here. This is the control wire for the light bar that already go into the cab. So we're going to feed through that same grommet right there. We're going to make room and feed it right in through there to the cab. And then we're going to fish down along, I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, down along here, probably following one of these brake lines and staying as clear of the exhaust as we can to feed the power wire for the control box down underneath the vehicle. So let's get started. All right, so the red power wire is connected there, black wire is connected there. I have fished the wire down. I'll show you where it's at on the other side there. And I've also fished the wire into the inside here. So it comes out right there. This is the one for my light bar, and then this is this one. And the switch is right here. If I turn the switch on, we have a red light. We got power. We're good. I will actually be replacing this switch with an OEM one like I talked about. I have one slot left right here. That switch is not here yet. So like the LED bar, I wired it to this switch, so it's on an OEM style looking switch. I got one coming here, but for now we're gonna have to just kind of tuck this switch underneath back here for the time being. All that is wired now, so we're moving on to wiring the lights. So zip ties galore. So Drake said we should see what they look like, so he's gonna hook this up, one of these up to the thing. What's this app I need to download? I need to download the mic tuning app. See what they're like. There it is. It's on. So Drake went ahead and connected his phone because he's already got it installed. And look, the lights do different colors and stuff. And keep in mind, this is daytime. I mean, you can't really see much during the day, but I mean, you can see it coming off the tire. It's gonna be neat to see what they look like tonight. Anyways, Jake, I think we had our fun. Let's finish the wiring and wrap this project up. So we're going underneath the truck now for the fun to commence. So underneath the truck here, we've actually routed the power wire comes down over here and runs with these wires. So the power wire is actually right here and runs to the box right now, right here, which we're gonna actually undo because we need to mount our lights. Drake's gonna get working on the back, run them up this way, and I'm gonna work on the mess on the front. Well, the camera cut off underneath there, but we have finished the wiring fiasco. It's a pain to wire this stuff. So take it underneath here, I'll show you guys. First off, while I'm underneath here, Mic Tuning does sell 10-foot extenders for these light kits, and I'm going to be getting some because where the current box location is and the current wiring situation, I don't really like it because it's way too close to the exhaust for my comfort level. So I'm going to be buying some extenders and changing up the wiring. So this is not going to be the final wiring, but let me show you what we got. So the back wires come down the outside right here, and then we connected them to the e-brake line, running them up here, zip tying them along the way, cut inside the frame here, then ran it back here. Again, you're just following the natural wiring lines of the vehicle up to here. Same thing on the other side. The wire starts off back here, crosses over right here, and then runs up the side here. The front wires come out the bottom of the wheel well right there, and then go up over this A-frame, and then come out right here, come down around the power wire as well. Comes down around, and we connect into the wire loom right here. This is one of the things I don't like at all right now. So as you guys can see, this is on the bottom of the A-rail, so if I bottomed out, yeah, that's screwed. So one reason why we're gonna be changing all this up, but I couldn't run it on the top side because the exhaust is right here. So I'd rather run it on the bottom side and get away from the exhaust. Similar thing over here, the wires all come down together right there, and then they go on the bottom side on this, over this A-rail right here. So if we get you guys a different angle, the wires come down here, again, where I don't want them to be, and then they come up here to the box. Also in a position where I would not like it, because it is kind of on the low end right here, and it's right by my transmission. So my transmission plate's right here, box is right here. This shouldn't get near hot enough to worry about it, but I don't like where it's at. I could heat shrink wrap the cables, but again, I'd rather just buy extenders and run all this to an area that doesn't have heat. The other wires are right here, so this is where the 8 come in right here and connect to the box. The 8 come in right here and connect to the box, all wired right here. So this is where the Mic Tuning box is at right now. All this is zip tied into place. It's not going anywhere. It's not the most best wiring in the world, but it is what I'm working with right now. The sun is going down, as you guys can see, and you can kind of start to see the light glowing on them a little bit, but we'll have to get a lot darker before the lights are actually shining all over the place and we can see how bright they really are. So in the meantime, I'm going to clean up all this mess, and I will catch back with you guys later on tonight to see how bright they are. So just wanted to do a little daytime comparison here. Here's my lights daytime. Now keep in mind my gap's a little smaller. Drake's got his on right here. I mean,
They're closer than I thought they were.
they're closer than I thought they were going to be. Fast forward a little bit, the Tacoma is fully complete. The rock lights are fully installed, as you guys can see this evening. what they're looking like. They look sick. Overall, the whole entire truck is coming together. It looks so awesome. I even made a little Christmas scene. Check it out. Pretty dope, pretty dope. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video so it can help the channel grow and everything. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I want to grow this channel and start expanding into more cars. You might have seen it in a previous video. We started to work on my girlfriend's Elantra. We actually got some cool stuff planned with some plasti dip and stuff for that car, as well as a brand new stereo system. So that's gonna be dope coming to the channel as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see all those awesome videos. Turn on post notifications, and like always, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Taco Rick out. Peace.